So maybe you're just starting out with day trading, or maybe you're just wondering what you can do completely differently if you did start over. Maybe you had some mistakes you could have avoided along the way, or you had a certain type of strategy that would help you get to your goal a little bit quicker. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be covering in today's video. I'm going to walk you through the lessons I've learned, some of the changes that I'd make, and the steps that I'd also take if I were starting from scratch in day trading. And if you are just starting out, you might want to stick to the very end of the video because I definitely have something that will be able to help you out. So I would say one of the main problems that most traders have when they're just starting out is they do not have a clear strategy. So maybe you're just jumping into trades based off of your gut feelings, or maybe you just had a few tips that you found online. But if you do not have a profitable strategy, you're basically just going to be gambling. You also need to understand risk management because you might be risking way too much in a single trade. And while you might have a winning strategy and you might be a little bit too overconfident in your abilities, eventually you will run into losses because this is inevitable in trading. Another big mistake is overtrading. Some people seem to think that you can just trade more frequently and this is going to yield more profit. And this couldn't be as close to being wrong. Some people feel like they need to be in the market all the time just to make money, but this is only going to lead to some poor decision making and more losses. If you end up trading less often with more precision, it's going to be far more effective. So what you want to do is you want to start out with just one strategy and then you want to master that strategy. My particular strategy involves supply and demand, but I also use a liquidity setup to increase the accuracy and also the risk reward of some of these trades. You'd be surprised how much more profit you can squeeze out of some of these trades where you normally wouldn't have been able to find it in the first place. Even if the strategy doesn't work for you, you want to find just one strategy that does work and you want to stick with it. You also want to prioritize risk management from day one. Never trade without a stop loss. I cannot further emphasize how important this is. A good rule of thumb is to never risk more than 1% of your capital on a single trade. And remember, if you have a higher risk reward, you can afford to lose more trades. So even if your win rate is around 50%, you can still make a lot of money in day trading. If you're just starting out, journaling might actually be a pretty good recommendation as well, because you can actually look back on your past trades and see what worked for you, what didn't work, and what your thoughts and experiences were while you were going through that time. So let's say that you've gotten this far already. A huge problem that a lot of traders face is simply not having enough capital. Let's say that you have a $1,000 trading account. Making 1% on one of these trades is only going to be $10. Honestly, that really is not a whole lot. So sometimes what traders will do is they will actually increase their risk, and this eventually leads to them blowing their account. You do not want to do this. If this is the part of trading that you're in, I recommend maybe taking a look at some prop firms. I'm currently trading with both funding pips as well as my funded futures, and I also have a funded $100,000 trading account. So if I have two $100,000 trading accounts, and I make just 1% on these accounts, then that equals to around $2,000. So you can see how just 1% on these accounts stacks up a lot quicker compared to our previously mentioned $1,000 trading account. Of course, you have to keep in mind you want to make sure that you do have a profitable strategy and that your psychology is on point as well. If you don't, basically all that you're really going to be doing is a more advanced form of gambling. I don't want you to be throwing your profits away. Something that you might want to start instead is maybe doing a trading demo account. You have one available here on TradingView. If not, you could actually just use a small account with real money. Maybe just get started with $100. I'm telling you, trading with real actual money instead of a demo account is actually going to advance your psychology a lot quicker because it's not going to feel like you're playing a video game. In the long run, it has a lot more to do with consistency. Putting in a little bit over longer periods of time eventually will yield stronger results. Imagine what you can do with a $100,000 trading account if you made just 1% or even 5% in a single month. To some people, that's actually some life-changing money. You also want to consider investing into your education. It doesn't specifically have to be a day trading course. I actually have learned from a couple of courses right here on YouTube. Of course, there's always going to be some bad actors in this industry, the same as everyone, so you always want to be conscious of this. If you do want to get started out with both learning without the course format and also being connected to a community that does use a profitable strategy, go ahead and check out the link in the comment section down below. We've got tons of people passing their prop firm challenges. They've also beginning withdrawals as well. I've been in quite a handful of communities, and I gotta say, by far, this is one of the best ones. And if you've never been involved in a trading community before, you might be missing out. But mostly, one thing I think I've learned above everything else in my day trading journey is that discipline truly is everything. And the difference between some of the successful traders and some people who end up failing, most of the time it really just comes down to discipline. You want to follow your plan even when it's tough, and it is absolutely critical. You also want to embrace some of your losses as learning opportunities. There's a lot of times in life when you encourage losses, it might be a little bit overwhelming, of course, but in day trading, it is inevitable. And the only thing that you can really control is how you react to that situation. I'm telling you, if you can master this, you can master a whole lot of other things in life as well. Try your best also to not be trading impulsively because your patience is going to pay off in the long run, and waiting for much more higher quality setups to show themselves to you will also aid you in your success as a day trader. Also, if you guys like today's video so far, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would smash the like button. It's really helping me grow here on YouTube. One of my goals is to be able to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year. If you can help me reach that goal, I would greatly appreciate it. As far as tools and resources are concerned with learning day trading, you mainly just want to stick with tradingview.com. I do use a premium version of the software, but you can also use it for free as well. This is going to allow you to analyze the market. It's going to let you plan your trades out as well. Also, if you do decide to go with a prop firm, which I highly recommend, you can plug your prop firm into the TradingView platform and trade right from here, and so you don't have to individually chart all your trades out. You also have risk management tools so that you don't have to sit here and do math every time you do one of your trades. And like I said, you can also invest into education as well. Just make sure that they are quality communities and that they're actually helping you out. So I know I mentioned this earlier in the video, but if I were beginning with a specific amount that I could afford to lose, you want to think of it more like tuition for learning. So for a lot of people, this can be anywhere between $500 to maybe $2,000. The key here, though, is to focus on your consistency over long terms, not profits in the beginning. This is probably going to be one of the most challenging parts, though, because understandably, a lot of people are going to be focused on the profits. But starting small is going to teach you discipline. It's going to allow you also to make some of the mistakes without devastating your finances. Something that can absolutely not be avoided is your mindset. It is everything in trading. And if I can go back, some of the shifts that I would work on, I would detach from some of the outcomes. So you don't want to focus on whether a single trade is going to be winning or a loss. Instead, try focusing on executing your strategy correctly over a series of trades. Increasing your risk reward ratio is going to help you with this because your losses really will not seem as significant. You also want to kind of like think long term too. This is a marathon. Day trading is not a sprint. You want to look for long growth over longer periods of time. And inevitably, the market is going to test you. You want to remain resilient. There's going to be losing streaks. There's going to be some really hard days. But resilience is going to be what separates those who succeed from those people who quit. So, if you want to win in day trading, all you have to do is not quit. And last but not least, you want to focus on fewer markets. So especially if you're starting out, there's a lot of ambiguous information around if you want to do Forex or if you want to do crypto or futures. I kind of do all three. I originally started out trading with crypto and I did that about 6 or 7 years. Eventually I did get into Forex because it's more steady income as far as profits are concerned. After that, I transitioned a little bit more to futures because it's a lot easier to trade futures compared to Forex. But some of these pairs you're still technically trading in futures. It's just a little bit different. So try and find just one market that sticks with your schedule and aligns to your preferences. If you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate it if you would smash the like button, please. If you have any suggestions for content that you would like to see here, go ahead and leave that down below. I'm always open for suggestions. And be sure to check out the Discord link. It is in the description below. Again, if you've never been set up with a community before, you might be missing out. We've gotten tons of profits the last couple of months just off of these trades alone. And if you liked today's video, I think that you might also like this one right here.